If we sit down and we think about the manosphere and the pills, there's 3 types of pills. Blue pill, which is the beliefs that most people have, the default. Then the red pill, as most people know it, is kind of like a self-improvement pill. It's like, if you do this and you do this and you do this, you can obtain girls, start having sex and all this other stuff. And then the black pill, it's not really a belief system. Sometimes it gets misconstrued, but what most people believe the black pill is just looks are basically the most important factor when it comes to specifically dating success. But there's some people who take it even farther and say that your looks are the #1 most important thing for life, because the way that you look can influence the way that you're treated. A lot of incels believe in the black pill. I would consider myself dark red pilled, I guess. I wholeheartedly believe with enough work and progress, you can achieve success in anything. That's not just with dating, but with life, finances, and money and all those things. But I'm also not stupid enough to believe that looks don't matter. Specifically for dating, looks is definitely the most important, in my opinion. 99% of people don't want to admit. It's not even like a black pill thing or an incel thing. It's just biology. We judge people based off the way they look. It's one of the main indicators of how we perceive somebody. The reason I'm talking about this is because today I got my face rated by a black pill YouTuber. His name's Wheat Waffles. He's the most popular one. And he talks about how important looks are, and if you're a Chad, and if you're an incel or whatever. And he rates people's faces. He has this thing where you can go and objectively see where you are on the scale. Are you ugly or are you attractive? I got my face rated. So today I want to react to it. First thing I'm gonna do is go over my pictures. So this is the first one. These pictures are from a long time ago. So that right there is like a body pic. I'm actually leaner now. I'm leaner and more muscular. So my body looks much better now than it does back then. But I mean, it's been years since I took that pic. So, and here's another pic. This is before I got braids and before I got curls. My hair's a little bit different now, but that's what I looked like back then. This is the third one. I was in the middle of a class, I think. I had my hoodie on. So that's that one. This one, I was on a road trip with my family and we stopped at Starbucks and I went in the bathroom and I noticed that the lighting was good in the bathroom. So I took a bunch of pics like that. And that was one of the pics. And, oh yeah, and I took this pic in my dorm room. And this was like a couple weeks after I got my dreads highlighted blonde. So yeah. Those were the pics I sent to this guy. And he, okay, to cut straight to the point, you are a 5 out of 10. And he said, you're very close to a 6. I honestly don't know if that's good. I feel like a lot of people, when they see this, are gonna be like, what? No way this guy's a 5 out of 10. But you also have to think the scale that these guys use is way harsh. Basically, the 10 out of 10 rating is 8. The scale doesn't go higher than 8. An average person's 7 out of 10 is what this 5 out of 10 is. He said I'm very close to 6. I think a 6 would be more accurate. But I mean, obviously I'm biased because I'm me. Even on this scale, I think a 6 would be a little bit more accurate. Even on this super harsh scale, which is a hard cutoff at 8, you're very close to a 6, which is 8 out of 10 on an average normal person scale. At the bottom, in long-term looks maxing, you'll see I've listed some surgeries you may want to consider in the future, but because you're young, you don't need to worry about any of these for at least 5 years. I'm not gonna get surgery, bro. Some people might need it. There's some guys out there who are just like so chopped that they need to surgically alter their face, but I don't think I'd ever do that. I can't imagine a situation in which I would be okay with permanently altering a feature that God gave me. You know, these are your best features. #1, compact mid-phase. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I think it's like the way that all of the features in the middle of your face like harmonize or something. I don't know what that is. He put that as #1, so obviously it must be pretty good. Blue eyes, because I had the contacts on in the pictures or whatever. And then he said good eyebrow thickness and shape. I would agree with that. I have some pretty thick eyebrows. Actually, a lot of people ask me what I do for my eyebrows. I don't do anything. My eyebrows are just like that. Eyebrows are really important. Like, a lot of people don't understand how important that is. Like, I've never seen an objectively attractive person with like no eyebrows. The moment you shave off all your eyebrows, you look crazy. Like, you look like a thumb. You know what I'm saying? Some of the self-improvement YouTubers I watch, like Hamza, Austin Dunham, they do stuff with their eyebrows. Like, you'd be surprised how much better you look with like darker eyebrows. Yeah, and he said 4, clear skin. My skin's not that clear. It's a lot clearer now than it was years ago. Yeah, I do still kind of have a little bit of acne on my face. Like, I've made massive improvements with my skin, and I talked about that in my Looks Maxi video. It used to be terrible, bro. From a mile away, you can see like giant cysts. That's how bad my acne was. Yeah, and he said ideal lip thickness. I mean, I don't know what to say about that. I'm black. Good facial definition and low body fat percentage, which I actually think that's #1. Every single person who's even somewhat good looking has to have this. You can't be good looking and not have good facial definition and not have low body fat percentage. It's impossible. I already talked about that in my other videos too. I went to the gym tracking my calories and I got in a calorie deficit, which is just eating less calories than you burn on a daily basis. And I ended up losing a lot of the body fat on my face from when I was bulking, and then I ended up looking much better. And I also started doing like, you know, mewing. I started like and I also grew some facial hair too, which all kind of played into making my face look like it has a lot more definition. Good hair thickness and texture. Yeah, I mean, I've been growing my locks out since I was in high school. Obviously, my hair's not the same now. I have curls now. Back then, I had locks, and yeah, I had good hair thickness and texture, but that's just genetics. Good hairline. Yeah, I had a good hairline too. I've been fortunately blessed enough to never be one of those guys who has to deal with balding. I don't really know what to say about that. I just have a good hairline. I don't know. Like my hair just grows. And he said, these are your worst features in order of importance. Chin is not forwardly projected enough. I actually agree with that. If you look at my face from the side, I have a good, it's okay. I have an okay jaw. It projects enough to where it's not ugly, but then you can see my chin. The reason why I have such a circular, roundish looking face is because of this. It's because my chin, if you look from the side, you can see it's supposed to be like out here, but it's like it's pushed back. But lucky for me, that can be fixed with facial hair. All I have to do is wait till my beard grows and then grow a goatee, and that problem will literally be solved. My worst feature can be fixed. Some people have worse features that can't be fixed. You know what I'm saying? I have one that can be fixed. Once my beard grows, I'm gonna be looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Upturned nose. Yeah, I mean, I guess like you can see my nostrils from the side, but I don't know. I don't think anybody's ever looked at my face and been like, I can see too much. There's a lot of black people out there with more upturned noses than me. Like I've seen some black people with noses like this. That's another thing with this rating system, bro. It's so Eurocentric. So if you're somebody who's like not white and you get rated by this dude, don't be surprised if you get a pretty low score, because if you don't have a bunch of white centric features, you're not gonna score high on this, because they all use that. Because I've seen videos of him rating other people before, and even YouTubers, and it always fits into like this very like white Eurocentric type of scale that really doesn't fit with like other races. You just have to be aware of that, which is why I would suggest you don't do this. But even if you do this, don't be discouraged. First off, it's one guy, but then also like it's not catered towards everybody. You know, it's not a very good scale. I'm not gonna lie, it's not. Slight facial asymmetry, yeah. I mean, who doesn't have facial asymmetry? Upper eyelid exposure, yeah. Hardcore black pillars, the people who spend like all day like rotting online talking about like autistic ratios and stuff, those type of people, I've seen them say this so much about me, like, oh, he has so much upper eyelid exposure. Basically, the space between my eye and my eyebrow is a lot. I have a lot of it, but what a lot of people don't understand is I'm black. I don't know if you know, but a lot of black people don't have that, like that super like minimal, like, you know what I'm saying, hooded eye thing that a lot of these guys like and think is like good looking. I've almost never in my life seen a black person with that. It's something that a lot of white people have. Black people don't have that. Counting this as an objectively unattractive feature is kind of unfair to people who aren't white. A lot of this is like that. And he said large eyebrow length. I don't even know what that means. And he said Godian isn't sharp enough, it's too rounded. I would agree with that. From what I've seen, I think that's what this is. And he's saying it's too round. There's a lot of people whose jaws are like a 90-degree angle. It's like boom, boom. Mine is like that. It's curved, and I actually agree with that. But I mean, I don't know what you want me to do. The only thing I can do about that is grow facial hair, but that's the good thing. These are my short-term looks maxing recommendations. He says style-wise, your build looks a good shape, so you should wear clothes that wrap around in a complimenting way, muscle fit. I already do that, actually. 99% of the shirts I wear are muscle fit. I'm not wearing one right now. He said you're 165 centimeters. I am pretty short. Wear shoes with lifts as they bring you up to a more adequate height. I might do that, but I don't really care that much about my height. I care a lot more about how my face looks than how my height is. I don't know. I've just never had that be a struggle. A lot of people tell me to do this, but I'm like, I don't think I need to, you know? The biggest jump in attraction and like progress with women and like girls and all that stuff that I've had is when I've improved this area. Not my height, not even my body. My body didn't even do that. My face did. So that's what I care about. He said haircut is good. It suits your skull shape, so keep the same. I'm sorry to tell you, bro, I did not keep the same haircut, but I think I got a better one. I previously rated another guy who was similar to you. He also lacked chin projection. He grew a goatee. Yeah, that's what I was saying. Usually I write 7-8 points on looks maxing here, but honestly, I don't have any more looks maxing advice for you. Seems like you've done most of it. I have. I've worked very hard to be the best version of me as possible. So yes, I have looks maxed. And he said, these are my long-term looks maxing recommendations. Surgery-wise, I recommend a rhinoplasty. Other surgery-wise, blepharoplasty. I'm not doing that. But that is what this guy has rated me. I got a 5 out of 10. My advice, don't do this ever.